Hi, welcome to Karen K Reviews. Today I'm reviewing Abbott Elementary Season 2, Episode 13, Fundraiser. This episode's opening scene takes place in the teacher's lounge where Melissa is doing her terrible impressions. Everyone is annoyed or cringing, and I assume Gregory said no to the donuts to avoid talking to Melissa while she was in that state. Our first conflict is introduced when Barbara, who was in charge of fundraising for the field trip to the Franklin Institute, begins training the students on selling chocolate. Barbara teaches the students to use manners and to try to be as professional as possible. Maurice is back. He even buys candy to get in good with Janine and he proposes that they go on a date. Next, Mr. Johnson and Jacob begin co parenting a cat that they found in the school. They already disagree about the name. Mr. Johnson refers to the cat as Milton, and Jacob calls him Cinnamon Cupcake Hill. Throughout the episode, they bicker about the cat's sleep schedule and diet, just like two angry divorced parents. Later, Henry, one of the students, shows up to Ava's office with pants that are too little, aka floody. Ava gives him different pants to wear, but of course hits him with a few jokes about his pants. Using Barbara's method, the school is making very little progress toward the field trip goal, but then Ava comes in and proposes that her method of sales could help them to make their goal. Of course, Barbara does not want to work with Ava, but does so for the kids. Ava tells the kids to basically do whatever they have to do to make sales. Pretend to be sick, play on the people's white progressiveness, pretend not to have change, etc., which of course Barbara hates. Gregory is jealous of Maurice, or Mo as everyone's calling him. He warns Janine about him and then also offers to buy candy. Definitely jealous. Barbara and Ava take kids to the mall to sell candy. The board member that Barbara had to blackmail last season is there, and Barbara stops her and gets embarrassed in front of her co-workers and Christ because Henry's selling the candy for $2 instead of $1. Next, Jacob realizes that Gregory likes Janine. Now, Mr. Johnson, Ava, and Jacob all know. Barbara and Ava discuss the sales tactics, and Barbara realizes that she judged Ava's intentions incorrectly. Ava wants to teach the kids to make a little extra money because a lot of them don't have much financially. Gregory gets over his jealousy and lets Janine know that Maurice, Mo, is a good guy. We see a little snippet of Janine and Mo's date, and Janine ordered the ribs anyway, despite everyone's looks when she talked about them and Gregory's advice not to get ribs. Here are a few stray observations. I was about to add donuts to the list of things Gregory doesn't like, but then he looked so joyful, saying that he actually loves donuts. I actually thought the Godfather impression from Melissa was pretty funny. Jacob proved why the kids call him Mr. C for corny. Don't get high on your own supply, as Biggie said, baby, baby. And Ava jokes around a lot and doesn't always do her job, but this season she really has shown that she does genuinely care about the kids. Whoever wrote Ava's lines, though, for that one, for the floody pants, the one-liners about that was on point. Ava bringing Jacob for her demonstration was hilarious. He definitely fits that stereotype. Why does Janine always end up saying the most awkward things to Gregory? In the Halloween episode, she said, "Thank you for the donation to my mouth." This time she said, "You don't have to worry about any backs getting blown." I was glad that Barbara invited Henry to help her sell the church bake sale. It's interesting though, because I'm pretty sure Barbara would have told a student not to be concerned about the opinion of somebody they didn't like, but we all have our flaws. Why did Jacob say stop or I'll scream to make Gregory talk? I also thought it was odd that Jacob thought Mr. Morton had a crush on him because he was able to see how much he hated him when nobody else could and saw right through Melissa and Barbara's fake friend teacher in the episode where Janine was sick. I want to hear more about Ava's backstory as far as her family and how her life was growing up. And I don't think Ava harassed Gregory in this episode. I was kind of divided on Ava's tactics versus Barbara's morals until I heard her explanation. I think the best resolution was definitely to let Barbara know the full story. Mr. Johnson was hilarious this episode. We three should have gotten in the car and never looked back. From the snippet of the day, it looks like it's going to be okay. It's going all right. Maurice was telling some deep life story and didn't seem put off by Janine eating ribs aggressively. I'm going to be mad if he dumps our girl over some ribs. So far, I like Maurice. He seems kind of playful like Janine's ex, but he seems to want to get to know her and pay attention to things that would make her happy, unlike her ex. Overall, I rate this episode an 8. I like whenever Ava and Barbara have to work together because they are so opposite. Also, as Mr. Johnson said, the plot thickens. Slow burn relationship. Will they or won't they, and when? What are your opinions on this episode? Comment down below. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching.